and welcome to another Go Toys Go video. And today we got something a little bit different for you. We are going to look at some sports collectibles. Now I know a lot of times when you think of sports collectibles, you think of cards and autographed balls and autographed helmets and things like that, but there really are some very cool things available in our neck of the woods, and that is the action figure variety. So I have a nice little collection of figures through the years that we're going to take a look at today. As you can see, we're going to start with this Pavel Bure hockey figure. One of the most interesting things about this is you'll see that it really has the challenge that a lot of these manufacturers had, is where they could not get the license for the league. So this figure is very interesting in the fact that it is an actual player, but you can see right away that it has a very generic logo on the jersey representing the actual Players Association, but not the actual team that he played for. But otherwise you can see this is a figure from McFarlane, so you know it's going to be really detailed, and they kind of outdid themselves with their sports figures. Even without the license, they really took the care to make a really nice looking figure here. Very limited articulation, there's a little bit of movement here and there, but these are more designed to be a statue piece, meaning you're probably not going to get a lot of hockey played on the table or on the floor with this guy. This is more designed to sit on the shelf and be looked at. As you can see, once you get it together, it fits together really nicely, comes with a little base, and once you get it all together, you have a really impressive looking figure. Has nice size to it. It's actually labeled with his name on the display, and they even took the time to sort of scratch up the display to make it look like people have been skating on a sheet of ice for the stand. So I really like the detail, I mean even the minute detail that was put in there. But the one thing that did crack me up is they sent this with an Optimum Poses suggestive sheet, but you really can't pose the figure too many other ways than what it already came. So I thought that was just kind of a funny feature for this particular action figure. The next one we're going to look at here, this comes from the Starting Lineup series, and if you remember Starting Lineup, they weren't exactly known for having the greatest details of figures, but they were one of the first that I can remember seeing as a kid that would have actual licenses and things like that, where the football players played for the football teams and things of that nature. And this is an older Ward Burton figure. You kind of have to be an old-time NASCAR fan to really remember Ward Burton. He was one of my personal favorites because he was really one of the last of the great Southern drivers with that real thick Southern accent, and I always enjoyed hearing his post-race interviews because he would say stuff, and half the time I'd sit there and go, man, what did that guy just say? So I really just kind of wanted this figure for my own personal collection. It's not a expensive or sought after figure, just kind of one that brings back good memories for me. Now you see, he's actually really well done for a Starting Lineup figure. I've seen Starting Lineup toys look way worse than this one. And does kind of have a little cool feature. Comes with his racing helmet, so when you put him on his shelf, you can have him pretty much ready to get in the car and drive away. So yeah, I really enjoy this little Ward Burton figure. I said he didn't cost me too much. This was an online Amazon purchase for me. So let's go ahead and move on along. Next, I'm going to open up another McFarlane figure. This is a Gary Cheevers figure, and I have had this guy for a long time. You can kind of see that the packaging has become discolored. So I think it's really due time to get him out of the packaging. You can see here that this one does have the team logo on it. And also, retailers, when you have collectibles like this, don't put your big sticker right on the front. Figure out something else. That's one of my big pet peeves for collectibles, when you go out to stores and buy it and they want to put their price tag right over the display. So finally I got this guy out of his plastic prison for the first time in years, and you can see that this is amazing. This might be one of my favorite figures overall that I have. This is so incredibly detailed. The stands are great. If you can even look close on the goal, you can see that there's little paint marks and things of that nature, and the mask itself is decorated the way that Cheevers used when he played. Every time he would take a puck to the mask, he would draw on a set of stitches, and after a mask would get so used, he had this very intimidating look. And that's why I picked up this figure in the first place, and that is why I am so glad I finally have him out of the packaging. I like this thing even more than I thought I would. So this is very, very cool and very similar to the other figure, and they just put so much detail in it, even on the base. So very excited about that one. This will be the last of the McFarlanes I opened today. This is Tim Brown. He'll be a 2015 Hall of Famer. And you can see back in the day here, there was a 6-figure collection for that particular series. And once we get him out of there, you can see that this is another just fantastically detailed figure. The logos look great. The detail on the jersey, there's dirt on the pants. Even the back of the jersey is just absolutely authentic. Looks just like the real thing. If I took a very good picture of it, I would have to double take to see that it was even a fake. So I really like these figures from McFarlane. Well, now next up, this is actually a donation from a friend of mine. You may know him in the Cleveland area if you are on Twitter. He is known as Browns Memes. He has quite a following in that area, and he donated his Funko Pop Johnny Manziel to me for the day, and I'm immediately tearing up his box. Now, he did tell me that to use this, I would have to say that if Johnny Manziel has another bad year for the Cleveland Browns, that this will be a Tim Couch figure in his mind from here on out. But what I really like about it is this is very unique on the Funko Pop series because it has a removable helmet. And I have so many Funko Pops around here. This one is really cool, but I will say it does not stand as well as some of the other Funko Pop characters that I have. And finally, we're going to open up a blind bag. This is the Small Pros series. As you can see, there are several different players available and a surprise figure, which I'm imagining is what they're considering rare. So let's go ahead and get this guy open here. Open it up, and as you can see here, we're going to have a construction project here. So let's get this put together. And once we get this together, you can see that it is a Rob Gronkowski miniature. And this is a cool looking little figure. You can see it's more of a cartoonish version. The head looks very large. There is no helmet that come along with that. This is what it is. And there we go. Just a quick wrap up of what we opened up today. We hope you enjoyed it. If you like these sports figures, hit like. Don't feel shy to subscribe. And once again, thank you to Browns Memes for letting me use your Johnny Manziel Funko Pop. And we'll see you next time.